Sound check, testing. Is that a bit too loud? Sound check, testing. 1, testing 2. Have we got that on the main pool camera? Main pool camera, can you hear me? Great. Jess? Is it too loud? Yeah, should we try and turn it down a little bit? Yeah. Hello, testing, testing. Is that a good volume, Jess? A little bit louder. Can we get a little bit louder? Testing 1, testing 2. How's my volume now? A little bit louder. A little bit louder. Testing, testing 3. Fine, perfect. Ooh. No, back down again. Thank you very much. Yeah, that's perfect. Testing, testing sound check for the pool camera, testing sound check. Pool camera, can you hear me? Can you hear me, pool camera? Can you hear me? 1, 2, 3, yes, great.
Oh, good afternoon, and I would like to begin by thanking President Sisi and the Egyptian people for their warm hospitality over the last 2 days and for hosting the first ever meeting between the EU and the League of Arab States. We've come together to address the challenges we face head-on so that we can deliver prosperity and security for all of our countries. I've had constructive discussions with King Salman of Saudi Arabia, the Emir of Kuwait, Prime Minister Hariri of Lebanon and others on issues such as migration, the crises in Yemen and Syria, instability in Libya, the evolving threat from Daesh and the Middle East peace process. The fortunes of our regions have long been intertwined. A stable, peaceful Arab region matters to Europe, and the UK is fully committed to continue working on this with our allies, both now and after we leave the EU. Of course, I've also had the opportunity to discuss Brexit while I've been here. I held good meetings with President Tusk, Prime Minister Conte, Chancellor Merkel, Prime Minister Rutte, President Juncker and the Taoiseach. There's still more to do, and my team will be in Brussels tomorrow working on the legally binding assurances that the UK Parliament needs in relation to the backstop. But what I've sensed in all of my conversations with my fellow leaders here, both here in Sharm el-Sheikh and in recent days, is a real determination to find a way through which allows the UK to leave the EU in a smooth and orderly way with a deal. Thank you. Now I'll take some questions. Robert?
Prime Minister, your MPs, many of your ministers, Prime Minister, your MPs, many of your ministers, EU leaders, none of them are convinced that you can get a deal negotiated that would allow us to leave the EU on the 29th of March. Why are you so resistant to the idea of delaying the UK's exit?
Oh, look, an extension to Article 50, a delay in this process, doesn't deliver a decision in Parliament. It doesn't deliver a deal. What it does is precisely what the word delay says. It just delays the point at which we come to that decision. And I think that any extension of Article 50, in that sense, isn't addressing the issues. We have it within our grasp. As I've just said, I've had a real sense from the meetings I've had here, conversations I've had with EU leaders in recent days, a real sense that we can achieve that deal. It's within our grasp to leave with a deal on the 29th of March, and that's where all of my energies are going to be focused. Beth? Look, what we're working for is to deliver what Parliament asked us to do, which was to address the issue that they have a concern about in relation to the backstop. We're doing that. We're working with the European Union on that, with the Commission. We've had constructive meetings over the last week. My team will be back in Brussels tomorrow, continuing those discussions. As I say, I believe it is within our grasp to leave with a deal on the 29th of March. And I think that's where all our energies should be focused. Any delay is a delay. It doesn't address the issue. It doesn't resolve the issue. I think there is, as I say, the opportunity to leave with a deal on the 29th of March, and that's what we're going to be working on. Can I take Laura Hughes?
Prime Minister, you're going to have this meaningful vote on the 12th. Would it not actually be helpful if the Cooper-Letwin amendment was in place to encourage your colleagues in the ERG to vote for your deal on the 12th, as opposed to risking a vote in favour of extending Article 50 on the 13th? And can I also ask, do EU leaders need to approve your revised deal before there's a meaningful vote in Parliament, or can Parliament vote for your deal, allowing EU leaders to then approve it?
On the procedural point, it is possible to do it either way. And I'm working, as you know, to ensure that we have that vote before, the meaningful vote, by the 12th of March, which is what I said yesterday. So just to confirm that, it's another meaningful vote by the 12th of March. And I hope that at that point, MPs have said that they want to leave with a deal, and I hope that at that point, that vote is the moment when Parliament does come together and agrees to deliver the verdict of the British people. That's what this is about. It's about delivering the verdict of the British people. And I think at that point, it's important that MPs look at the decision that is in front of them, and the decision as to whether to deliver on the result of the referendum, and to do that in a smooth and orderly way, to do that with a deal. Jason?
Thank you. Jason Groves from the Daily Mail. We know that some of your ministers want to vote for Yvette Cooper's amendment on Wednesday. Will they have to resign to do that, or could, in the extraordinary circumstances we're in, could they somehow remain in government and vote against government policy?
Look, first of all, we haven't actually laid the motion for Wednesday yet. We haven't had amendments to that motion. We don't know what amendments are going to be selected for debate in the debate on Wednesday. What I will be doing, obviously I'm making a statement to the House tomorrow to update members of the House of Commons as to where we are in the negotiations, and we'll be making clear that we have been making progress, we've had positive and constructive discussions, and as I say, when we next bring the meaningful vote back, I think it's important that people focus on the question as to whether we want to deliver on the result of the referendum and do that in a smooth and orderly way, leaving with a deal. We're ensuring that we're working hard to address the concerns that Parliament has raised, and we'll continue to do that and then bring a meaningful vote back to Parliament. Laura? And I'm clear that what I'm working for is to ensure that we get a deal negotiated with the European Union that addresses the concern of Parliament, such that Parliament votes for that deal and we're able to leave with a deal. Now I'll take a last question. I think, is Passant Mustafa here from MENA? Yes, Passant. Well, thank you. First of all, I'd like to say thank you to President Sisi and the Egyptian people for the very warm hospitality that we've all been shown here over the past 2 days, but also for hosting what I believe has been a very valuable summit, the first summit of its kind, and very important. In terms of our relationship of the UK with Egypt, we've a strong relationship in a number of areas. We're working together on important issues in the region and to address the shared challenges we face, like the threat from terrorism. And we also we have partnership in areas like health and education, which I know are priorities for the President. So we're invested in Egypt's future, we're committed to working in partnership with the country, and we want the people to flourish. On the issue of flights, our position is clear. The security of British nationals is our top priority. Of course, we understand the importance of the issue for Egypt, and while we haven't yet concluded that it's right to lift the restriction on flights, we continue to keep that under review. Thank you.